Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions, by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry titan on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Angshuman Pal. He is a dynamic professional with a proven track record of delivering successful projects, driving team productivity, and fostering client relationship across a diverse spectrum of industries. Throughout his career, he has held pivotal roles in various organizations, effectively leveraging his expertise in project management and technical leadership. Currently, he is serving as a business consultant and project manager for a number of clients, namely Knight Learning Solutions Pvt, Gwal Energy Pvt, AAN Systems Inc, ReachLogix Solutions, and Indus Quality Foundation. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Pal.
Thank you very much.
So to begin with, our viewers would like to know in brief about your career journey so far.
Okay, thank you. To speak about my career, I started my career in 2000 after passing diploma in electronics engineering. Then I joined a company named V9 Technology Consulting. It's a Bangalore-based firm. We tie up with some Singaporean technology company and implementing their broadbands and their other things. We did a lot of projects with them. This is my first job, so a lot of learnings, new experience, and all those things. And then during 2004, I shifted back to Delhi, and then I started joining another company in Gurgaon. It is an Ikara Broadband. It's a subsidiary of British Gas, and then I did a lot of experiment as well with them. After a few days, I joined furthermore into Tata Infotech, and then I joined back a company named iBuild Technologies. It's in Delhi-based company in technology delivery, my core expertise area. And then I started growing up from developer to project management head. I grew with this organization during my journey and delivered a lot of government projects for Ministry of Defense, Government of NCT of Delhi, as well as various leading organizations like Madhya Pradesh Police, a lot more. Within few fertilizer major companies, not only that, few companies in the domain of oil and gas. Their technology, project implementation, software development, delivery, starting from the total quality solutions. This is my professional career, but I come from a business family background. So my ancestors are mainly the rice paddy field traders. Okay, so staple foods is rice. I come from Bengal, so there we trade rice and other staple foods since generations, maybe 200, 300 years, more than that even. So they have some things where I cannot ignore, though I do full-time job, but there, whatever they say is okay, you do this and all. So like that, they have a company formed in 2008 to take care of technology things, software company, they made it. So though I was not a part of that company directly, but I support whatever they request, not clashing with the current business of my ongoing organization, but not key roles. So then they experimented with ladies' garments. Then they experimented with deliveries and all. So this way I grew my career. In 2018, I permanently decided that I'll not do any full-time job. I'll do an advisory role as a consultant. And then I started my consultancy journey. So far, so forth, it is full of pleasure and enjoyment. You already talked about few companies who are already into business with me. That's it. So it is a pretty short journey where I learned business from scratch. I understand the Indian mindset as well as global mindset as well. So that's how we do business, or I do business as an individual consultant. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for the excellent start to this interview. And it's an honor to interact with someone who exudes such a strong corporate personality. So, continuing our conversation, our viewers would like to know which of your professional accomplishments do you cherish the most?
Cherish the most among professional compliances is that Ministry of Defense had some prestigious project with, and their deadline was strict. As you know, their deadlines are strict at the last moment, and they have a lot of things where there are areas where it is not clearly defined what to do and what not to do. And there is a big team, more than 120 people's team, and the delivery is across India, starting from development as well. So I took those things into account and delivered successfully, regained the contract, gained the client's trust. This is one of my deliveries. Among them, during 2010 Commonwealth Game era, Delhi government has massive projects like for some slum dwellers and other things to deliver from a single platform. During that time only, this UID and all things are rolled out in front of me. So those are on pilot run are going on. So there was also a pilot run to give uh, benefits to all the underprivileged people across the Delhi state and across all slum cluster areas and across all 9 departments. Those tools and technologies and everything with tied up with World Bank, I delivered. So those are the key areas where we worked. Also for a police department, I don't want to say the name, which department or where, which state. So they want to investigate on criminal data. They want to do research on criminal data and deduplicate the criminal data, find out the mapping and all those things. Key delivery area, I did deliver. So these are the things professionally I delivered during my career. And if you say about my personal deliveries, in 2009, parents decided that they will bring ready-made ladies' garments from China, Shenzhen, and sell is an e-commerce. That time, e-commerce is not picked up. So they create a brand name hotcart.in. It was my brainchild. The total process, total everything, starting from the delivery platform, delivery mechanism, logistics, and all. I designed, I implemented, I guided to the total team, and it was success. Then we finally sell it off to a local party who wanted to do the business. So those are my key areas in delivery where I gained experience as well as enjoyed and delivered whatever expected from the clients. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Pal. So, building on that, while consulting or advising the board of any organization of or KMPs, what do you always emphasize on?
First priority is discipline. Discipline is the key. As a board of director, you know very well, and without that, nothing can move on. Then adherence to company laws and bylaws. Stick to MOA and AOA. Respect employees as well as clients. Also, follow every guidelines. We need to be very updated about the guidelines. Every day it is changing from the ministries across the regulatory bodies, and we have to stick to those guidelines. There are medium and smaller and mid-term as well as long-term objective of those things. So in a nutshell, adhering to guidelines, do the compliances as and when needed, and also be transparent and vigilant, rather than become just sleeping alone. So these are the key guidelines and key activities, what I'll say to my KMPs who are clients or the board of advisors, board directors whom I advise so far. Thank you.
Absolutely, Mr. Pal. Okay, so let's dive into the landscape of corporate governance. And in this purview, our future leaders would like to know What changes are you seeing in the Indian corporate governance landscape? That is A. And B is, what impacts are you expecting in business practices with regards to current ongoing reforms in corporate governance regulations?
Very interesting question. First of all, what government is trying, irrespective of the color, the governments, whoever's in the power, they are trying to build confidence among investors, mainly domestic investors, furthermore international investors, and the minority shareholders. The confidence of those investors will build when there will be absolute transparency and discipline and clarity. For instance, if you would invest some money in any organization, and if you are not aware, if you do not get enough input, what is going on with your money, how the business is growing, what are the clients acquired, what are the new milestone achieved, then doesn't make sense. So government's plan is to clean those things, clean the management areas, clean the gray areas, and make as much as possible transparent, vigilant, and disciplined in respect to board practices. So every organization should adhere to that, add on to that, and I think that is the exactly what they are trying to achieve. And so far, so forth, they are quite successful. And I think in down the line, Indian companies, we are getting much more confidence build up and aspect part of other countries and other geographical areas. That's amazing, but I think much more is still waiting. We are going to see much more in a big things coming up next, as per my expectation and analysis. Thank you.
So, Mr. Pal, before we conclude our discussion on corporate governance, could you tell us, as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring along?
See, first of all, I always say this is the honesty is the most key important area. If I am not honest in my practices, then I cannot ask people to be honest. If I cannot ask people to be honest, the total organization will get corrupted. So people are observing me, so I need to be very honest and stick to my principles. Absolutely, first priority. Next comes transparency. I need to be very much transparent in everything. There should not be a gray area. If there is a chance of provisions of gray area, by chance it comes as and when, I need to be very much smart enough, technical enough, and use my experience so that those gray areas never remains there. So I should not have any gray area at all. So that investors and minority shareholders think that there is something going on, and whatever going on, it is clear and transparent, communicated, well planned, as per the guidelines, as per the government laws. Those things are important. And also, my key strength, not only customers, the employees as well. So if I do not practice ESG properly, if I do not take care of the employees, their hazards, their life, they will not take care of my organization. And if they doesn't take care of my organizations, then the clients at the end of the day will not be served. So these are interlinked. And with respect to ESG, depend on the sectors. Around 22 sectors are prominent in India as of now. So they are depending on sector. There are various practices to be implemented. The primary focus area of those practices are primarily to support the sustainability. And that brings finally the strength of investors. Investors will feel confident that this organization is sustaining. This organization has taken precautions, measures, and principles much more before than that, so that employees can sustain, organization can sustain, business can sustain. So these are the focus areas, and people should work accordingly, and I work accordingly. Thank you.
That was really insightful of you, Mr. Pal. Okay, so let's move ahead. And my next is on technology, since it has become an integral part of our lives. So our viewers would like to know from you, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? And what changes do you expect to see with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, Web 3.0, etc.?
A very interesting part, because at the end, I am an engineer and I am a technologist first, then to other deliveries and business things. See, every day technology is changing. And during this 10 years, the technology is rapidly changing. And if any organization doesn't implement or adopt those technologies, sooner or later, they will be of nowhere. New technologies, among them, blockchain is a very important tool. I see a blockchain's bigger implementation in banking sector, financial sector, or everywhere where there are transactions. To authenticate those transactions, to keep record of those transactions, blockchain has an important role. Though few already have started implementing those things, but much more to come. This will be a trend, and every banking organization or financial organizations or transaction-based organizations will come into the blockchain platform sooner or later. So blockchain has a enormous potential. Regarding big data, I'll say already organizations have, even as per my knowledge and as per my work, which I cannot disclose much, many organizations started implementing big data in analyzing customer behaviors, customers' expectations, trends, and many more things. So big data, more and more use, again and again use, all those things are coming up next. Data analysis is a part of important aspect in taking decisions, implementation decisions of decisions, and many more. Even employees' behavior, also many things comes into picture hand in hand. So these are the two major things. Apart of that, if you say AI, ML, yes. IoT, yes, because lot many things are coming in IoT, which even we didn't able to think of. With Web W 3.0 onwards, these IoTs and other much more smarter devices are coming up and evolving. And luckily, India is one of the development hub of all those things. So whoever into conventional business, they need to understand those technologies and their implications immediately, as early as possible, and as early as you adopt, because you have to adopt to sustain into the industry. But as early you adopt those things, it is easier for you, for your business, for your sustainability furthermore as well. So these are the emerging technologies. Seeing the implementations and observing, we need to be very much visionary with respect to our management practices or board practices with this. And if we are not, then I don't think it can help us and we can sustain. It is pretty sure. I hope I'm clear what I want to say. Thank you.
Rightly said, Mr. Pal. Okay, that was very insightful of you. So this brings us to the last question of the session, and here it is. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole team of World Development Corporation?
Yes, it is a wonderful idea indeed, first of all. I keep on interacting with Mr. Heval. Heval is known to me, and what I see, Ministry of Corporate Affairs and their directives are changing depending on the world scenario, and we are becoming more global. That is absolutely clear. I think so. And in line with these changes, Mr. Jisan and Havel and this team has adopted things for the next generation. And that is very much important. Transparent governance is government's objective, and there are not many skilled people available in India to take care of those things. And Indians are taking global leadership across the world, as you are seeing. So we require more and more global leaders, practice directors, and independent directors and leaders. So Mr. Jisan and Havel Mehta ji has taken a right initiative at the right time. And sooner or later, everybody will practice this. But to bring that change in total across the industries, across the sectors, it will take time. But it is changing. You see, everybody is recently, you see, last week, the Wipro case. In Wipro has implemented an independent director. They have invited independent director for this, for bring more transparency, to bring more strength, and to bring the confidence of the investors. At the end of the day, that is the primary objective. So I think it is the current times need. So Director Institute brought up that things, and I really salute them for this. So I assume within 10, 15 years, it will be an household name, right? Earlier, the Institute of Chartered Accountants came, then Institute of Company Secretaries has come, and those are the old days. But now Director Institute came with innovative ideas, very easy learning sessions, very good practices, and they are already handpicking those experienced people, at least 10 years or 12 years, and more than that. Because now currently all the directors in independent directors are in 70s range, and they will retire sooner or later. And during then there will be a huge gap, and that has to be mitigated, and cannot be mitigated with a layman or just a technologist. It requires a lot of thorough understanding of board practices and all those things. And Director Institute are doing wonderful job in this. I salute them, I support them, and I keep in touch with all the team of Mr. Jisan Pathan and Naval Mehta. And I think they're doing an amazing job in this context. I really appreciate it, honestly. And wish success for them as well in the context of education, especially, and transformation. Thank you.
Great, Mr. Pal. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Angshuman Pal, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Thank you very much. It was nice talking to you. I am introducing with you for the first time, but thank you very much. Thank you once again for this interview. It's my pleasure. If I can support Director Institute with any initiative or anywhere down the line, kindly feel free and communicate me back. Thank you.
Pleasure to have you today. Thank you so much.
Good day. Bye.
Have a nice day.